Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and in a sign of the times, we have yet another story where someone is punished for doing what I would hope anyone would have the common sense to do. Boys flooded the high school girls' bathroom to take a selfie, but it was a girl who ended up expelled. A girl who kneed a boy in the crotch when he and a group of other boys stormed into the girls' bathroom has been expelled from the school. On the morning of April 4th, a group of boys at North Pole High School in North Pole, Alaska, decided to take a selfie in the ladies' room after a transgender student took a selfie in the men's room, according to the Washington Post. When the boys entered the ladies' room, they blocked the path of a girl who kneed the first of the boys in the crotch. The aggression was reportedly unconnected to the transgender student, according to the Washington Post. Now, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to clarify something that is actually, if you go into the comments of this, has been asked. They were not refusing to let her in. They were refusing to let her out. You see where it says right here. Well, sorry. We'll come back over to this one. When the boys entered the ladies' room, they blocked the path of a girl. So they had entered the ladies' room. They were not outside refusing to let her in while someone took a selfie. They were in with her. North Pole High School expelled the girl, which her sister clarified in a tweet after the Fairbanks News Miner inaccurately reported that she had been suspended. A girl enrolled at North Pole High School was reportedly suspended for using excessive force on a boy last week after a group of boys entered the girl's bathroom and blocked the door. And again, if she was outside trying to get in and they were inside, how would she have even known who was doing it? The expelled student's sister also tweeted a few days later in support of her sister. I don't care what you're protesting, stay out of the women's bathroom. Alaska Republican State Senator Tammy Wilson of North Pole said in a news conference that she would teach her daughter to respond to the incident in the same way. Good for her, she said in a phone interview provided to the Fairbanks Daily News Miner. Wilson will be discussing the incident with the Board of Education, the paper reports. Was she not supposed to protect herself? Wilson said in the phone interview. She was where she belonged. They were not. Wilson wants girls to know that if they feel the need to use violence in a threatening situation, she will back them, though others may not. I will too. If you ever feel threatened for your safety, whatever force you think you have to give, I will stand behind you, she said, according to the Fairbanks Daily News Miner. The school district said in a statement they are committed to providing a safe environment in their schools, unless, of course, you happen to be a young lady in the women's room when a group of boys storms in and blocks the door. Students are expected to behave in a manner that will not disrupt the learning or school environment, the statement said. If a student or staff member feels unsafe in any school facility, they should alert the building administrator, safety assistants, or other staff for assistance. The district encourages all students and staff to call 911 in an emergency. We don't advocate violence as a means for students to attain safety, Karen Gaborik, superintendent of the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District, said to Fairbanks Daily News Miner. If a student does use force, we have to evaluate that incident. Now, I'm going to say something very clear for you, Miss Gaborik. How was this young lady supposed to contact the administration or faculty or anyone for that matter? She was trapped in the girls' room with a group of boys who were blocking the exit. Was she supposed to wait and then maybe perhaps traipse into the office and say, I was just raped in the girls' room, but I didn't fight back because you said violence is wrong, so I didn't do anything? I'm not a major uh, believer in the whole Me Too or Believe Women movement because it was soon hijacked by ultra liberal people who demanded that any allegation be taken as gospel truth as long as it was against a conservative. But we have a story here that does not mention the politics of the boys or the young lady. We have a story where a young lady was in the girls' room. A group of boys entered and barred the door. She wanted to leave and they would not let her. She acted exactly as I would expect any young woman to do, defend herself. I shudder to think that my niece will one day attend a high school where she's told you'll be expelled if you use violence no matter the reason. Someone comes at you with a knife, wait for administration. Someone is beating you within an inch of your life while raping you, wait for administration. We don't know what anyone's intent is until they show it. This young woman feared for her safety when these boys refused to let her leave. I don't care who you are. If you say that a group of boys, when they try to bar an exit to a girl's bathroom from the inside, should not be touched in any way because we don't like violence, you prove you have no business in the education world. Period. I've often mentioned that I'm certified to teach secondary social studies. I'm sure if I had the time, the money, and a place to live, I could become certified in the state of Alaska. It's just a few college credits to take Alaskan state history and Alaskan state government. And then I would be able to be certified there. I would likely not last a week in any public school because I would be the teacher standing behind this young woman in the principal's office, giving the principal a piece of my mind. I would be the one very clearly asking, was she to wait until they started sexually assaulting her? Was she to wait until they started brutalizing her? Was she to allow them to do whatever they wanted, which she had no clue of, and then let the administration know of the assault or worse? No. This young lady was threatened by their presence. She was in fear for her safety because she was in a room that was supposed to be secure for her, and she had no idea of the intentions of these young boys. Therefore, she acted to defend herself. I would be the teacher telling young women and young men, if you feel physically threatened, you defend yourself. I would not toe the Liberal Party line of we abhor violence in all its forms and we never use it. So if you use violence for any reason, I don't care if they're beating you to death with a hatchet, you don't fight. You wait for the administration to resolve the incident. We are probably in a society now where we are going to have multiple rapes on school property before schools will acknowledge that people have a right to defend themselves. These stories will be ones where people are just shocked by the crime that occurred, and then the statement from the young woman that says, well, our school told us we can't use violence ever, so I had to just lay there and let them do what they did, and then I told the administration, and then they told me I should have defended myself, and I don't know what they want me to do. Of course, the administration is going to come back and say, no, we don't tell you to wait until you're assaulted. We don't want you to be hurt, but we don't want you to use violence. And you can't say that and have it actually make sense. Because if you don't want people hurt, then you want them to defend themselves. This boy who got kneed in the crotch suffered some pain and some embarrassment amongst his friends, and he will move on, and he will have some jokes made about him for a week or two, and then he'll do something stupid to prove he's tough. And it'll go away in his little circle. This young lady, however, is going to suffer the stigma of the expulsion, whether it is reversed or not, because she stood up for herself. And she told these boys through her actions, I will not be trapped in this room with you because I don't know what your intentions are. I don't care if it is the star choir soloist who's always been nice to everyone. They come barging into a room and block the exit, and they're not screaming, call 911, call 911, they're right behind me. I don't know their intentions. No one else does. And until you have proof that they are not going to assault you, you have to be very wary of your surroundings. This was a group of boys. They would not have been in distress because they were planning on a selfie. This is not a situation where the administration can say, well, how do you know they weren't just really needed the bathroom or scared because someone was chasing them? Because they've already said they were there to take a selfie. This school's administration should all be, at the very least, reprimanded, made to apologize to this young lady, and made to give a statement that we value our students' safety above all else. If you feel threatened, we will not punish you for defending yourself. But unfortunately, the media will hound on this, and they will defend the violence is never the answer. Well, in some situations, violence isn't the answer; it's the question, and the answer may, in many cases, be yes. I've talked about this one long enough, though. As a former firefighter and as an uncle to a young niece, This one gets under my skin, and it just, my blood boils when I hear about these. I don't know if all of the children were conservative or liberal, some were one, some were the other. This is not about politics. This is about a child feeling threatened and acting to defend herself and being punished for it. And if I see any stories about this in the future, I will bring them here. But I really hope I don't see one where the parents are forced to apologize for putting a bad light on a situation the school had handled, because that's just moronic. But let me know what you think. As always, remember to keep it civil. We learn from debate. We do not learn from arguments. Also, please like and share the video to get more people involved, and make sure to subscribe and ring notifications so that you are kept abreast of all future content as it is posted. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day.